No, certainly not turning the ball over. They turn people over 16, 17 times a game, so that'd be certainly number one. They switch everything. I'm going to call him by his first name, Oso, the center, number 13, can switch anything he wants to switch. He's got great feet. He's a great athlete. So taking care of the ball, attacking with organization offensively, and then of course it is ball screen defense for 40 minutes. Kolik's a very good player. They got a great scorer in Jones. Joplin is a matchup problem because he plays the 3 and the 4, and his pick and pop threes are really important. And then Prosper's a hard playing, rugged power forward, small ball 5-man. So they got nice pieces. Yeah, I mean, definitely a physical point guard that wants to get downhill, can score it. Definitely wants to really score it going to his left. He wants to get to that right shoulder all the time. But he can spray it too, and they're really well connected because they're cutting, and then they've got the shooters, mainly Jones and Joplin. They kill you from 3. And then even the kid Ross coming off the bench. I mean, he's a good catch and shoot 3 guy. So we can't let Ross and Joplin have open catch and shoot 3s, and we got to do a good job guarding Jones for 40 minutes with the ball or without the ball. I think we got. I mean, our thing is, we're at our best if we're running. So. What's really interesting, Prosper goes the glass really, really hard, and so does Mitchell. And it's amazing. They only had 5 offensive rebounds last night. So the more we can kind of have them shoot a poor percentage and get some stops, that allows us to run.
I wanted to ask you about the rebounding because they're -3 on the year, but they look like they have some guys that can board.
Yeah, it's really weird. I mean, it's we consider Mitchell and Prosper as great offensive rebounders, back cutters, rugged, and so we got to do a good job, particularly at the 4 spot, in boxing out Prosper. But it's not like they're going to get 10 or 12 a game. It's really interesting. I think it's because they get so many points in the paint based on the drive. But if we can, do a good job of cutting those guys out, I think we have a chance to retrieve the ball and get out and run.
Your thoughts on Malik? He did good when guys were driving right at him, but when they're moving him around.
Yeah. I mean, but Malik, kind of like their Joplin, who plays the 3 and the 4. Malik is our 3 and our 4-man. So I think a key matchup in the game is really Malik and Joplin. And I think Joplin's a really, I think he's an X-factor guy that people wouldn't even know because they're going to talk about Kolik, they're going to talk about Jones, they're going to talk about other guys, and Joplin's open 3s are really critical. I think the combination, I think that's a great point. I mean, Jaden deserves all the credit in the world, but I think the combination of our 3 starting guards are pretty good. I really do. I think we're pretty good. We can guard anybody. We can switch if we have to. And now you throw Malik in there, and now you come across the big 3-man or something like a Joplin. Malik can handle him and play him one-on-one.
Doug.
Well, I think I call them the starting 6. I think we have 6 starters.
Yeah.
And the more he continues to progress, the more he scores it, the more he gets to the line. He's the guy that can draw a foul in the post. Because the other 3 are playing pretty well, right? So if that 4th perimeter player can continue to play, good basketball, you got really good depth in the backcourt because Trey is a nice defensive sub off the bench. Makes that pull-up jumper last night, can push the break for us, and now you got 5. And a typical rotation on the perimeter with any good team is really 5 guys. The guards are really good. They're both left-handed, which really helps them. Both him and Kolik. And Jones is somebody you kind of got to be tight to. He can put it on the floor. He does cut very, very well. He does shoot deep 3s, but he can also take it to the basket and finish. But I do believe in Tyson Walker, and I do believe in Jaden Akins, and I think those are good matchups. I think it's coach's attention to detail. I mean, as a head coach, he watches a ton of tape. He spends a lot of time. He has a lot of individual meetings with the players, and we just piggy off of him a little bit as a staff. And, the kids are really open to the breakdown stuff. We've had a great day today, a really great day. We had a great prep last night, and they were really alert, and we broke down a lot of things defensively. So, if we can piece it all together, everyone believes in it. We were down in, and we dropped the ball against Ohio State. For why, I don't know, but we have moved on really well, and I think at this time of year that you probably have to move on and make the most of the situation, and I think they really have. Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's his home state, so even though it's a different coaching staff, I mean, he was there, and fan bases can be kind, and sometimes fan bases can be tough, so it's probably a little more personal to Joey. The other side of it is it's win the weekend, right? Win the weekend, and it's also a chance for a trip to Madison Square Garden. So, I mean, a lot on the line, a lot of fun, asking the guys to play with a lot of joy, play connected, share the ball. And I think we're in a really good place for that. Yeah, I mean, we get Joey in space, we get Tyson in space. We can create a lot of problems for people just because those guys can all shoot it. Jaden Aiken's shooting it so well. And the more that AJ can put pressure on the defense getting downhill to play off of 2 feet and kick it, really creates great shots for us. Funny, we were in the middle of watching Marquette personnel. And I think the hotel bar is on the other side of the wall, and we just heard a big roar, and we were all like, "FDU must have done something," because we knew that they were kind of leading going into the meeting.
Is that bland?
I think it adds to how special the event is, and then I think it makes me pause to think how grateful I am to be a part of it. Don't take it for granted. It's a special thing, and then certainly to be playing to go to the second weekend adds to it. I think we're pretty connected right now, and of course, I think our defense has been pretty consistent all year, but we dropped there a little bit, and obviously we didn't play great last week against Ohio State, but when we're clicking with the offense and we're sharing the ball and we're moving it from side to side, it really helps both ends of the floor. And right now, I think that Madi Sissoko has kind of stepped up as a pretty decent vocal leader and experienced defender for us. And this weekend, I've said all along, it's been all about ball screen defense. And then the strength of our team is our guard play. So the guard play, the better it is, the more connected they are. Jaden Aikens is playing probably as well as he's played all year. Tyson's played consistently all year. And then AJ engaged with what's going on in a good matchup. Things can be really, really good for us because I think Malik continues to get better from the injury. So you got, a starting 6 instead of a starting 5. He really does a great job. Gifted kid, great feet, great legs. Going to be a really good player. And legitimate size. I mean, he's nearly 7 foot. So the more we can do that, the better it is for us as far as taking away the space on Sunday for the Coley kid.